Hello everybody, I'm Dan. Welcome to my Java tutorial series. Throughout my tutorials I will teach you Java using just Notepad and the command prompt. The order in which my tutorials are organized on both my website at javacjava.com and my YouTube playlist is designed to maximize learning by building on concepts from prior tutorials. This tutorial is about the super keyword and how it can affect method overriding. I'm going to go ahead and open up my website here to javacjava.com. Click on the pop-out menu, select the Java OOP tutorials, which is my Java object-oriented programming tutorials. Scroll down here to super/override methods. If you watch my tutorial on overriding methods, then you learn that the overridden method in the subclass is executed by default. It is a common practice to invoke an overridden method in the superclass from within the subclass. We can invoke an overridden method in the superclass from within the subclass by using the super keyword followed by the dot operator and then the method name. Alright, let's go ahead and just scroll down here. We'll highlight this code here, hit Control-C to copy, or right-click and select copy. Let's move the browser off screen here. I've got a shortcut to the command prompt down here, but if you don't, you can create one real quick by going New, Shortcut, type in CMD, click Next, and Finish. It's just that easy. Let's go ahead and open up our DOS prompt, type in JavaC. JavaC is a Java compiler. You should see a whole bunch of stuff scroll by. If you don't, then go ahead and watch my tutorial on installing the Java Development Kit. You want to make sure you get that installed and configured properly before continuing. CLS to clear the screen, CD space /. CD is short for change directory, / tells it to go to the root. Then I'm going to make a directory using the MD command Java. I already have it, but if you don't, it'll go ahead and create it for you. We'll change directories to the Java folder, and I'm going to make another directory here called super override, and I'll change directories to the super override folder. Now I'm going to notepad super override.java, right? Super override.java is the name of our source code file, also known as our compilation unit. Okay, I'm going to hit Control-V to paste, and let's go ahead and save this. Okay, in the superoverride.java source code file, I have 4 classes. I'm going to talk first about the greeting class here. The greeting class contains just a single method here. Displaymessage is the name of the method, and there isn't any parameters, so the method signature here is this. The return type is void. And what this does in its method body here is it just uses the printline method to display this string literal to the console. Hello everybody, I'm Dan. Welcome to my Java tutorial series. Now at this point I want to just go back and say, well, when I was thinking about how to do the, how does the super keyword affect, method overriding, what am I going to do for this tutorial for an example? I was thinking, how about I use my greeting, my introduction, and my topic overview and turn them into like some sort of object-oriented class base and override methods and use the super keyword at the same time. So this is kind of what I came up with. This will all make sense here in just a minute. So then the next class is introduction, and it extends greeting, right? So greeting is a superclass, introduction is the subclass, or you can think of it as the class name to the left of extends is introduction, and the class name introduction, and it's the subclass, and the superclass is always to the right of extends, right? Subclass, superclass. So basically I'm just overriding the display message method here. Same signature, same return type equals overridden method. Now the first statement that I execute inside of here is the super.displaymessage. So what super does in this particular case, this is we're going to execute something out of the superclass, hence the super, and then use the dot operator to invoke the display message method of our superclass. So this one statement here will tell the program to come up to the superclass and invoke the display message method, which will then display this to the console. After this gets done executing, it'll just simply display to the console this next string literal. Throughout my tutorials, blah blah blah, by building on concepts from prior tutorials, right? Okay. Let's go over the next class here, which is topic super override, and it extends introduction, right? So in this case, this is the subclass, this is the superclass. And I have overridden the display message method once again here as well. Same signature, same return type equals overridden method. And in the code block or the method body here, whatever you want to call it there, first statement, I'm super dot and using the dot operator to invoke the display message. So this tells us go to our superclass and invoke the display message here, right? It says, okay, let's run this. And then the first line in there says, oh, okay, let's go to its superclass and just run display message. Okay, let's print this off, right? Then execution of this statement finishes. It comes down here and says, okay, let's print this off, right? And then we get down here and the execution of this statement finishes, and then it calls this print line method to display this string literal to the console. This tutorial is about how the super keyword can affect method overriding. Okay, now we're actually ready to go into the super override class, and specifically the main method entry point, and just has a single statement that we're executing here. So I'm using the new operator to basically create a new instance of the topic super override class and invoke the topic super overrides default constructor, right? And there isn't one printed here in it, but as you know from my previous tutorials, there's one implicitly put in there by the Java compiler. Okay, so then we'll get a new instance of the topic super override class. We'll get a reference to that instance technically, right? And then we'll use that reference to that instance with the dot operator to invoke the display message method. That comes down here and invokes this. And basically we get all the wheels turning at that point. All the wheels turning. Let's go ahead and save this and clear our screen and run it real quick here. Compile it. Java super override. Strip that off there. And here's what we get. Hello everybody, I'm Dan. Welcome to my Java tutorial series. Throughout my tutorials, blah blah blah, by building on concepts from prior tutorials. This tutorial is about how the super keyword can affect method overriding. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close out of that. And, so basically this is super. If you got nothing else out of this, you hopefully got what I was hoping you would, and that's using super and the dot operator will actually invoke a method from the superclass. Okay, fairly simple there. I'm going to go ahead and close out of this, close out of that, and leave you with a final thought. So method overriding combined with the super keyword gives you the power to invoke methods from your superclass and build upon them in your subclass. That concludes this tutorial. Thanks for watching.